It is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Monday in the morning sprint. Caroline Flynn taking a look at Camp Gifford's brand new sailing program out on Deer Lake. Mark Peterson tracking some triple-digit temperatures in the forecast. And Kelsey Morgan looks ahead to remarks from the president expected in just a few minutes. But first, in the wake of those two mass shootings in the U.S., which left 29 people dead over the weekend, Democratic lawmakers are calling on Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to cancel their August break. Those lawmakers, including Washington Senator Patty Murray, want to come back to Capitol Hill to vote on a gun control bill concerning background checks. It has already passed in the House. McConnell said he was sickened by the mass shootings in Dayton and El Paso, but did not signal that he was willing to cancel the Senate's recess. Investigators in both cities are just beginning their work to figure out what led to these shootings. The suspected gunman in El Paso is believed to have written a white nationalist manifesto. Authorities say the 21-year-old from the Dallas area deliberately drove to the border town to target Mexicans. Investigators have not given a potential motive for the shooter in Dayton, but did say when the 24-year-old was in high school, he created a hit list. His sister was among those killed.
Well, in just a few minutes, the president is expected to address the nation in response to this weekend's mass shootings. He spoke to reporters yesterday when he said this.
Hate has no place in our country, and we're going to take care of it.
President Trump said he had already spoken to the Attorney General, the Director of the FBI, and lawmakers to see what could be done. He said they were already working to find solutions, but would elaborate more this morning. His remarks are expected around 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. our time at the White House. We will have a live stream of it for you on the 4 News Now Facebook page.
This morning, we're waking up to better air than we saw over the last couple of days. Our air quality is good for now. It's going to be very flexible. We're going to see sunshine today. Temperatures into the mid-60s heading out the door, 87 at noon. Our high today, 93, and that's just the beginning of it. Hotter air expected in for the next couple of days.
Well, you'll likely notice some smoke in the air this weekend, especially on Saturday night. This is where it was coming from. A fire on the Colville Reservation, the Williams Flat Fire, burning close to 11,000 acres, or about 17 square miles. More than 450 firefighters are battling the flames, and at last update, they had it 20% contained. The fire was started by a lightning strike. It's burning in a rural area, and only one home is threatened. When the smoke blew south Saturday night, though, air quality in Spokane dipped into the unhealthy range. It has since improved and is now back in the good range. But the Spokane Clean Air Agency says we could dip back to moderate air quality levels today. Doctors say whenever the air quality deteriorates, you should avoid breathing it in whenever you can. For those with health concerns or sensitive lungs, it's even more important to keep windows closed and stay inside when possible.
And Camp Gifford, the Salvation Army Spokane's camp out on Deer Lake, might be the oldest camp in Eastern Washington, but they're constantly thinking of new ways to get the kids excited, learning a lot. They recently introduced a sailing program, and the kids only have 3 days at camp and become pretty much experts by the end of it. We heard from one kid, Jonah from Pullman, who said the program made his entire summer. We'll have the story up on KXLY.com, as well as information about getting your kids involved for next summer.
All right, coming up next on Good Morning America, in the wake of a deadly weekend, the FBI is calling on all Americans to alert authorities if you see something suspicious in person or online. Experts say warning signs are often missed before mass shootings. So what should you look out for? And a closer look at the threat of domestic terrorism in the U.S. Federal authorities saying they're seeing a surge in hate crimes carried out by white supremacists.
There have been more arrests and deaths in the United States caused by domestic terrorists than international terrorists in recent years.
Now, a website popular among white nationalists, which has been linked to at least 3 mass shootings this year, may be shut down.
Well, overnight, Spokane police say a group of convicted felons broke into the Ark of Spokane thrift store and tried to steal hundreds of dollars in merchandise. An officer was responding to an alarm at the store when they found 2 men running away. The officer chased one of them down and found him hiding under a car. Police say that man had tried to stuff stolen jewelry up inside the car's frame. The police canine was brought in to track down the other man. He was found hiding in a bush. 2 more suspects, a man and a woman, were found in the parking lot of the thrift store. Police say surveillance video showed 3 of the suspects breaking into the store, ransacking the jewelry counter, and stealing laptops. 2 of them were also seen trying to get into the cash registers. Meanwhile, the fourth suspect was out front, acting as a lookout. All four were booked into jail. They should be in court later today. All of them have extensive criminal histories.
A small section of I-90 in Medical Lake will be closed tonight. The Department of Transportation says crews need to move large machinery across the highway, so they'll be closing the road at the Medical Lake State Route 902 interchange from 9 o'clock tonight till 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Now, while the highway is closed, drivers will have to take the exit and then use the on-off ramps as a detour. City of Spokane wants to hear from people living in the Shadle area during an open house tonight. It's happening at the Shadle Public Library from 6 to 8. You can drop by anytime during those 2 hours to make suggestions about what you think is going well and what needs improving in the Shadle area. If you can't make it to the meeting, you can also fill out an online survey. We have a link for you at kxly.com. And while you still have 2 days to get your ballot in, thousands of people have already voted. As of our last update on Friday afternoon, more than 67,000 people in Spokane County had already turned in their ballots. That's more than 20% of registered voters. If you're not one of them, you may want to drop your ballot in the mail on your way to work this morning. It needs to be postmarked today or tomorrow, or you can put it in a drop box by tomorrow at 8 p.m. The initial primary election results will be announced late tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, we're answering all of your last-minute election questions. Join us for Election Day coverage when we'll look at the crowded field of mayoral candidates and help you make an informed decision on all those issues. That's tomorrow on 4 News Now.
Well, you wanted summer. It's here. It's been actually sort of a cool summer, but we're warming up. 93 Monday, Tuesday, near record high heat. Wednesday, near record high heat. Slowly warming down. But again, 90s, mid to upper 90s. Please be careful.
Yeah, going to remain hot. Mark, thank you very much. And thank you for watching us here on Good Morning Northwest. GMA starts right now.